Hello, fifth grade. It is Monday, April 20th. Welcome back from Easter break. Hope you had a nice break away from school. It was a strange Easter break, but it was still nice to take a break. I've decided that we're going to move on from our chapter on dividing fractions. I feel like we got in enough practice before Easter break. So we're starting on a chapter that has a mixture of things. We're going to get into geometry. Today we're going to work on line plot graphs, also some algebraic type of patterns that we're going to take a look at. So let's look at line plot graphs today. Basically, these are graphs that are used to collect data. They use a number line, which you can see down here, as the base, and then they take the data and they place it on the number line, and this is called plotting when you put the data onto the graph. That's why they're called line plots. Sometimes you see it with circles, sometimes you'll see it with X's being marked to show the data. So we're going to do a practice round using this line plot graph down here. Then for your math assignment, you will see something that looks very similar to this, where you've got some questions. I believe there's 10 questions, and then you'll need to use the line plot that they give you to answer them. So this is just kind of an example to make your assignment easier. Basically, this plot is showing the number of Girl Scout cookies that were sold during 10 days. That's why it's numbered 1 through 10. And here's some of the questions that you'll have. How many boxes were sold on day 2? So easy question, you just come to here and you would say there's 4 boxes sold on day 2 because we've got 4 circles. Another question, did they sell more on day 7 or day 9? Okay, so if we look at day 7, it has 5. Day 9 has 2. So we would answer that question, is day 7 sold more? Did the person sell fewer on day 4 or day 6? Here's day 4. Has 7 circles. Day 6 has 10. So the question was, which do you sell fewer on day 4 or day 6? We would say day 4. How many days did the seller sell more than 2 boxes? All right, so this is one of the trickier questions. We only want the days that are more than 2. Cannot be equal to 2, it has to be more than 2. All right, so it is not day 1. All right, day 2. They sold more than 2. They sold nothing on day 3. Day 4, they sold more than 2. Day 5, they only sold 1, so we could not include that. Day 6, they sold more than 2. Day 7, more than 2. Day 8 and day 10, they sold more than 2. We cannot include day 9 because they sold exactly 2. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On 6 days, they sold more than 2 boxes. Okay, you will see a question very similar to that on your homework. Okay, how many days did she sell fewer than 5? So it cannot include 5. It has to be less than 5 to be counted. So fewer than 5 would be day 1. And day 2. Okay, day 4, they sold too many. Day 5. Day 6, too many. Okay, day 7, they sold 5 boxes, but the question is fewer than 5, so we cannot include that. Day 8, they sold too many. Day 9, we can include. And day 10, they sold too many. So the answer would be 4 days that they sold fewer than 5. All right, so you got to watch how the question is worded on the problem, okay? What is the combined total of day 1 and day 10? Okay, so combine, you're going to add them together. Day 1 is 2. All right, day 10 is 8. All right, so the answer to that one would be 2 plus 8 is 10, would be the combined total. On which day did she sell the greatest amount? Okay, looking at our graph, we could see that is day 6. On which day, what did she sell the least amount? Okay, our least amount would be day 3 because she did not sell any on day 3. On which days did she sell more than 8 boxes? All right, more than 8 means you cannot include 8. All right, so the only days that she sold more than 8 boxes is on day 6, in which she sold 10. All right, on days 8 and 10, she sold exactly 8. And the question says more than 8 boxes. So we would say one day, day 6, she sold more than 8. Okay, last practice. What is the difference in the number of boxes sold on day 8 and day 10? All right, the difference between day 8 and day 10, they're the same amount, so we would say the difference is 0. Okay? So 5th grade. By going through this, you should have a real good example of how to complete your math assignment for today. It is going to be on line plots. Tomorrow we're going to work, on Tuesday we're going to work on line plots again, but it'll be more difficult because it will be involving fraction numbers instead of whole numbers. Okay, so that is where we are headed. You will need to open up the file that has the homework assignment, and then you're going to also have to open up the Google document where you are going to record your answers. And then you would click on the turn in button on the Google document so that I can grade your work. Okay, email me or you can send me a message through Google Classroom if you have any questions. All right, welcome back. Stay safe, and we'll be working on school math Monday through Thursday. And then on Friday, we'll do a day where we just work on online math with Prodigy and Reflex. All right, I'll talk to you tomorrow. See you 5th grade.